Right to this a suggestion via channel member, guys. Let's jump into it. Let's see where the video takes us. Here we go.
Today we go to Washtenaw County, Michigan for a pretrial hearing.
Okay.
We're in the courtroom of internet famous Judge Cedric Simpson, along with the defendant, Rashard Young. He has multiple violence cases open against the same victim. Prosecutor Zenda describes the most recent, alleged, terrifying incident.
Threatened the victim with a knife, took it out while they were arguing.
Wow.
Pulled it out, brought it up, brought it down towards her.
But the problems don't end there. After his arrest, he was ordered not to have contact with the victim.
And of course he did.
During the 3 days he was in jail,
While he was in custody from, I believe, 2/3 to 2/6, he made 135 calls to the victim, which was against the conditions of his bond, which was addressed at arraignment.
they were made using his unique PIN number. Attorney Zenda is now asking for more severe sanctions.
We have great concerns for her safety as he keeps contacting her and getting new cases for bonds with the same victim, and we'd be asking that at this time his bond is set at $25,000 without the 10%. It's custody, Your Honor.
Representing Mr. Young is public defender Ashley Moten, who denies all allegations.
The evidence is solely the testimony of the complaining witness. There has not been any evidence of a knife. Regarding the phone calls, my client does deny all of those allegations.
Judge Simpson adjourns the case out 1 week to allow everybody to collect evidence.
Okay.
And it seemed like the day was over when...
Guys, we hear what's going on here, all right? I mean, listen, bro, you got arrested 3 times for the same exact thing. You made 135 phone calls with your unique PIN number, and you're saying you didn't do any of these things, bro. Who would have done that? All right, I don't believe you.
The judge remanded Young back into custody over these alleged phone calls.
At this point, defendant's phone privileges, given what the court has heard, are revoked so that he'll go into the jail. He won't have phone privileges. But at this point, defendant's remanded.
But after Mr. Young was transported from the courtroom, the court took a recess, and so the cameras were off.
Okay.
When they came back on, Judge Simpson indicates the alleged victim, who apparently was watching the hearing live on YouTube.
Right.
She was outside in her car, and she burst into the courtroom. The cameras were back on to catch her exchange with the judge shortly after.
Ma'am, I'm going to let you know, if it weren't for the people in the prosecutor's office and counsel, I wouldn't be calling your case back up, and you probably would have been locked up. I'm just going to let you know, because you don't come into the court that way, ever. Am I clear?
Yes.
Now remember, this is the same person whose complaints led to Mr. Young's arrest in the first place.
Guys, this is one of these toxic situationships, guys, right? Where it's like, oh, I love you to deletion, to extinction, right? And you understand that it's just us. But just understand, I'm going to put my hands on you. At any time of the day, anytime I desire, anytime I get super hyper emotional, because most likely he had no father in his household and was raised by a very hyper emotional being, right? And so now what does he do? He puts his hands on the person that he says he loves. Guys, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. And she loves it. She hates it and loves it. She says, I can change him. You can't change him. Get rid of him. Stop talking to him. Run. Obviously get a restraining order, because once you decide to actually put it into action, that you're no longer going to deal with his absolute ridiculousness, right? His emotionalness, let's say. He's going to go crazy.
Multiple times. No one saw what was coming next. We're going to play this section in full.
But I love him, Your Honor. Go ahead and do it.
Okay, first I want to say I fully apologize for coming in here like that. I was unaware. I'm sorry. I just want you to know, with this whole case, instead of incarcerating somebody,
go ahead.
Y'all need to try to help him. I don't know if the prosecutor let you guys know, but he has yes, I'm sorry. You can talk. I don't want to overtalk you.
Well, you'll never do that, but I'm just going to let you know that I'm not going to sit here. You wanted to address something to the
Yes,
court.
because I feel like it was inaccurate.
I will listen to you. I'm not going to tell you or have you sit here and try to give me a lecture on how something should work.
Oh, no, I would never do that. But I just noticed when I was looking on the Zoom that it was inaccurate information stated on you guys' record. And I just fully disagree when inaccurate information is stated on something that's very important like this. With the prosecutors, they should have called me instead of giving out inaccurate information, because I would have just let you guys know. Instead, when I looked on that Zoom, it was inaccurate information stated on this, I don't know what you call, in this courtroom. And I just fully disagree with that. So I wanted to make that known.
Okay, let me just say this, because you kind of blurted that out when you had come busting in here.
And my apologies.
So let me just tell you so that you can understand what you're saying and what is being said. Because when you said that, which is everybody's obligation here, his counsel, the prosecutor, and even in some respects the court, to double check what somebody is saying, in particular if a decision was made based upon inaccurate information. Let me tell you that the prosecutor, as with her duty, checked what you were saying. I don't think, at least preliminarily, and I discussed it with his counsel and with the prosecutor, that what you're saying is correct, that it was inaccurate. At least with reference to what I was using for my decision on the remand. There will be a hearing that will be set next week. At that hearing, all of that will come out. But at least preliminarily, it does not look like the information that was presented to the court was in any way inaccurate. Some of the information with reference to the date, so that you understand, the court itself can tell in looking at the file and when he was arraigned. So while you may have your position that it's inaccurate, I do not believe at this time that it is inaccurate.
Okay, so is there any way that a prosecutor, someone can call my phone so we can discuss this? Because I no longer have that cell phone number, and it was to my sibling. You guys stated on.
If there are references to the case, ma'am, we thought about that.
Okay.
If there are references to the case, references to you, references to other things that are occurring.
He's being nicer than he needs to be.
So I don't think, and I said, I have not made a final decision on it, certainly, but at least preliminarily, what is being represented to the court appears to be true. And we will flush it out at a hearing, because that's the way our system works. Preliminarily, I have that. I took what remedies need to be done to enforce the orders of the court regarding no contact. It seems that that was violated. He will have his due process right to a hearing next week regarding that.
But how is it violated when I have not physically talked to him? Just like when I came into the courtroom the first time and I sat down, he made it aware that I can't even be around him.
Because he tried, right? Like, obviously the number that was being called, yeah, you may have not had that same phone number, but he still called. What she's angry about right now is the fact that he's facing some type of accountability. All right. And that's what's basically stressing her out. And she's like, oh no, he's about to go to jail for doing what I called the police for. Like, this is just weird, bro.
I am not going to have a hearing on it right now. I will listen to you.
That's just that was just very inaccurate to me. And I just felt like the way that y'all did that was no. Somebody should have.
Y'all did what? Don't you turn your back on me, because I'm telling you what, you are trying my patience.
No.
You are trying my patience. I brought you back in here after you acted like that to listen to you. And then you're not going to listen to a thing I said. I'm done. If you want to attend the hearing next week, you can come to the hearing. I've tried to explain it. You are not listening. I am done. Do not say another word to me. Mr. Allen, remove her.
Nobody.
Remove her. You keep talking and there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem.
Now Mr. Young appears a week later.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he's disobeyed court orders once again.
Probably recall last week we addressed this defendant's phone privileges. After those were revoked, he then continued to call the victim at a different number that we have under her name as well. He called her, I believe, 23 times. There were some under his own PIN, and then after the first day he was in custody, he started using other inmates' PINs to continue to
Of
contact
course
the
he did.
victim in this case.
That was
Not
guaranteed.
surprisingly, Rashard was again denied bond.
Right.
He now sits in custody until his preliminary examination,
Jeez, guys.
where it'll be decided if there's enough evidence to proceed with his case to trial.
Okay, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this probably happens. Well, no, not probably. This happens all day long. Like there are some people who are so like infatuated with each other. Like, don't get me wrong here. When you love someone, you love someone. I get that, right? But love under no circumstance should ever kind of evolve into just like literal pain. And you not being able to understand specifically the other party's, stuff. Let's just say this here. Who knows? She may not even be innocent, guys. Just understand this here. She may not be the innocent party here. Because I don't believe none of this. I've been in scenarios like this, and I can definitely tell you based off my previous experiences, guys. All right, that's not a thing. All right. Do I think that it's always going to be the guy? No. But he's the one that's going to get arrested for it, so he's here for it. I don't know exactly what happened. I can only assume specifically, but again, based off of how she came into court and she's ready to basically defend, she's involved in this too, but she's just not getting charged with it. Right? I mean, this is this weird, like, toxic love thing that happens where people just need to not be around each other, or specifically stop chasing after, like have like a prerequisite for guys. Like, listen, if you had no father in your household, you can't get you. I don't want you near me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How about we start right there? Let's go back to like, the good times where families had structure and you weren't raising these absolute monsters, guys. Right? We need to get into that, right? Give the proper, like, don't just teach your sons, your outrageous emotions, guys. He needs to learn how to control his anger, control his strength, control his anger and rage, guys, because I think men are just angry, right? He needs to control that, not be an emotional weapon, because that's what he is. That's how he's acting, right? And again, I don't know his situation. I can only forecast because I generally attribute people who act like this to not having a positive male role model in their life. I don't think so, guys. Truthfully, he has no ability to control himself. Right? Like, even if she is putting her hands on him, bro, call the cops. It's that simple. And say the exact thing. I wish more men would absolutely do that instead of just sitting there taking it and saying, you know what, listen, everything is fine, but trust me, the moment you actually get to the point where you can't handle it anymore and you respond or react, guess what happens to you? She's going to call the police, bro. So you need to call the police, bro. All right? That's the reality of the scenario here. I don't know what's going on. I can only assume that all my assumptions are rooted in like either personal experiences or experiences from other people, guys. Right? So that's kind of how I look at this scenario. Everything in me said that he was definitely going to, start calling her again under some other reasons, guys. Right? I mean, and a lot of you, as a matter of fact, a lot of you guys know my story here, right? So I'm not going to get into it now. It's not the place for it, right? But just understand this here. No, like, yeah, I was in a scenario where it was very, very, troubling, let's say, oriented on the other side that people seem not to believe exists, guys, right? But I'm telling you guys, don't be that guy. Don't just sit there and take that. Why? For what? She's smaller than you, and she's psychologically tormenting you because she's smaller than you. Would you let a man her size put their hands on you? You crazy? You know you're not. All right, call the police immediately. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.